Stratford is a city on the Avon River in Perth County in southwestern Ontario, Canada, with a population of 30,886 as of 2011. When the area was first settled by Europeans in 1832, the townsite and the river were named after Stratford-upon-Avon, England. It is the seat of Perth County. Stratford was incorporated as a town in 1859 and as a city in 1886. The first mayor was John Corry Wilson Daly and the current mayor is Dan Mathieson. The swan has become a symbol of the city. Each year 24 white swans are released into the Avon River. The town is well known for being the home of the Stratford Shakespeare Festival. History. The town was originally a railway junction. Furniture manufacturing became an important part of the local economy by the 20th century. In 1933 a general strike, started by the furniture workers and led by the Communist Workers' Unity League, marked the last time the army was deployed to break a strike in Canada. Timeline. 1828 settlement begins. 1832 Thomas Mercer Jones, an agent of the Canada Company, names the village Stratford, and renames the portion of the Thames River running through it the Avon River. The first sawmill and grist mill are opened. 1849 The Perth County News is Stratford's first weekly newspaper. 1853 Perth County is created, with Stratford as its county seat. 1854 Stratford is incorporated as a village. 1856 Stratford becomes a railway town with the arrival of the Grand Trunk and Buffalo Lake Huron railways. 1859 Stratford is incorporated as a town. 1864 The 17-year-old American telegraph operator Thomas Edison briefly lived at 19 Grange Street. 1885 Stratford is incorporated as a city with a population of 9,000. 1918 A gift from a Michigan-Canadian National Railway (CNR) employee. Swans come to live in Stratford. 1933 The army is called in to attempt to end a general strike and try to systematically remove communist leaders, but fails. The last time the military is used to quell a strike in Canada. 1936 The Shakespearean Gardens are created. 1953 The Stratford Shakespeare Festival Theatre is opened by a Stratford journalist, Tom Patterson. 1957 The Stratford Festival moves into its first permanent structure. 1964 The CNR shops close. 1976 The Stratford City Hall is designated a National Historic Site of Canada. 1992 Stratford Armoury is a recognized Federal Heritage Building. 1986 on the Register of the Government of Canada Heritage Buildings. 1997 Nations at Bloom crowns Stratford the prettiest city in the world. Quote, 2003 The Stratford Festival of Canada celebrated its 50th season. Welcoming 672,924 patrons to 18 plays. This was a record number of playgoers during the 50 seasons. The Avon Theatre realized a complete renewal and the Studio Theatre, a fourth theatre space seating 250 people, was added. 2009 Canada 3.0 brings 1,500 people to Stratford. Stratford Festival. The Stratford Shakespeare Festival began in 1953 when, on July 13, actor Alec Guinness spoke the first lines of the first play produced by the festival. The annual festival now draws thousands of theatre-goers and tourists to the area each year. Acclaimed performers including Alec Guinness, Christopher Plummer, Dame Maggie Smith, William Hutt and William Shatner have performed at the festival. The Canadian novelist and playwright Timothy Findley performed in the first season, and had an ongoing relationship with the festival, eventually moving to Stratford in 1997. The world-renowned festival takes place in 4 theatres throughout the city. The Festival Theatre, the Avon Theatre, Tom Patterson Theatre and the Studio Theatre. Transportation. Historically, the city was a railway junction. Today Canadian National Railway and the Goderich-Exeter Railway provide freight links, and Via Rail Canada is the passenger carrier. Via's rail service in Stratford is based from the Stratford Railway Station, and is situated on the Toronto-Sarnia segment of the Quebec City-Windsor corridor. Via serves Stratford with 4 trains daily. 2 eastbound to Toronto Union Station, 1 westbound to Sarnia via London, and 1 westbound terminating at London. Whilst not on the 400 series highway, it is at the junctions of Highways 7, Ontario Street, 8, Huron Street, and former 19, now Perth Road 119, Mornington Street, and is connected to Highway 401 by expressways from Kitchener. Greyhound Canada provided daily service between London and Kitchener, but the route was cancelled. As of July 2011, the owners of Cherry Bus Lines, Robin Hood Tours, provides chartered bus service from Stratford to locations as far as Kincardine and Wingham. Within the city, Stratford Transit provides the local bus service, running every half hour 6 days a week. The Stratford Municipal Airport, CYSA, is located just north of the city. War. This memorial, erected by the city of Stratford, is dedicated to the memory of the war dead of the First and Second World Wars and the Korean War. The Stratford War Memorial was gifted by Mr. Walter B. Alwood, of Toronto. The base is granite and the figures bronze. The total width runs 18 feet, and the total height 16. The figures are 8 feet high. The tall figure on the high ground expresses the better, the spiritual man, while going down into the valley is the disarmed figure of strife, the group showing the supremacy of right over brute force. On the face of the center base are the words, "They broke the sword and brought peace to my land." On the slide base is inscribed the names of Stratford's war dead. The memorial was placed at the end of Erie Street, where it joins Ontario Street. Sports and recreation. Stratford is home of the OHA Midwestern Junior B hockey team, the Stratford Cullertons. The Cullertons have produced notable NHL players such as Ed Olczyk, Craig Hartsburg, Garth Snow, Rob Blake, Chris Pronger, Nelson Emerson, Tim Taylor, Greg DeVries, Jeff Halpern, Rem Murray and Boyd Devereaux, and won several Sutherland Cup championships. Stratford hosted Tim Hortons Hockey Day in Canada on January 30, 2010. Stratford used to also have an intercounty baseball league team called the Stratford Nationals, and a soccer team in the Kitchener and District Soccer League. House league sports are also available in the Stratford area. There is the Stratford Rotary Hockey League, Hoops for Fun Basketball, Stratford Minor Baseball, the Stratford Soccer House League and the Stratford Dragon Boat Club. Stratford is also home to the Black Swans Rugby Club. The Chess Federation of Canada has its administrative office in Stratford. Stratford is also well known for its local swans. In 2013 it had 22 white swans and 1 black swan. Every year, the swans are marched to the river with an accompanying bagpipe band. Music. The Stratford Summer Music Festival has been held for 7 seasons and features indoor and outdoor performances by international, classical, and world music artists as well as young Canadian performers around downtown Stratford. The Stratford Concert Band, a local wind ensemble, traces its history back to the GTR Employees Band, later named the CNR Employees Band, formed in 1907 by James Malone. 2007 marked their 100th anniversary performing in Stratford, and they were celebrated with a gala concert and reception in May. The band performs free outdoor concerts at the Kiwanis Pavilion Band Shell in Upper Queen's Park, Wednesday and Sunday evenings from June until September. Notable musicians with a local connection include Lorena McKennitt, who now makes Stratford her home, Justin Bieber, Richard Manuel of the band, Dana Manning, Graham Van Pelt of Miracle Fortress, Darren Duma of the Salads, Ali Matthews, Rick Francis, John Till, who backed Janis Joplin, and Ken Kalmasky, who played with Ian and Sylvia's Great Speckled Bird. During their early careers, Manuel, Till and Kalmasky were members of the Stratford group, the Revels, and later became members of Ronnie Hawkins's backing group, the Hawks. Ken Kalmasky's son David Kalmasky is a Juno-awarded, multiple gold-selling, Grammy-nominated producer, mixer and musician. Several international operatic singers reside in Stratford, such as baritone James Westman and tenor Roger Honeywell. In 2004, the city of Stratford presented Richard Manuel of the band with a sidewalk star in the busy tourist section of Ontario Street. There is also a memorial bench seated next to the Avon River dedicated in his honor. Climate: Stratford has a humid continental climate type, Köppen, DFB. The highest temperature ever recorded in Stratford was 102 degrees Fahrenheit, 38.9 degrees Celsius, in July 1936. The coldest temperature ever recorded was -31 degrees Fahrenheit, -35.0 degrees Celsius, in January 1882. Demographics: Media, newspapers, The Beacon Herald, The Stratford Gazette, Snap Perth. Magazines: Stratford Living Quarterly Magazine, www. Stratford Living, ca. Stratford Living Seasons. Radio: CJCS 1240 AM, CHGK FM 107.7 FM. Economy: Stratford maintains manufacturing, tourism, commercial, financial and service industries, supporting a diverse economy. The top two sectors of the economy being tourism and manufacturing. The annual Shakespeare Festival is a large contributor to the Stratford economy. Education: the city's three secondary schools are Stratford Central Secondary School, Stratford Northwestern Secondary School, both part of the Avon Maitland District School Board, and St. Michael's Catholic Secondary School, which is part of the Huron-Perth Catholic District School Board. Stratford is also home to the Stratford Chef School. University of Waterloo Stratford Campus. September 2010 marked the official opening of the Stratford campus. The University of Waterloo's Stratford campus offers undergraduate, graduate and advanced education programs and research opportunities. It is a forward-looking research, education and convergence center that will drive the next generation of digital media applications and content models, using a collaborative education style. The campus will bring students, leading researchers, businesses and entrepreneurs together to create, examine and commercialize opportunities in the digital media space. It is envisioned to quickly become a centerpiece for collaboration, learning and sharing through conferences and workshops. The University of Waterloo Stratford campus showcases a collaboration of academic, government and private sector support. The University of Waterloo, as well as the University of Western Ontario, will collaborate on teaching, research and professional efforts on the Waterloo's soon-to-be-established Stratford campus. The two institutions signed a Memorandum of Understanding in Stratford to investigate shared academic initiatives. The University of Western Ontario has expertise across the institution in various aspects of digital media, information technologies and critical media studies. In June 2009, the University of Waterloo Stratford campus and the Canadian Digital Media Network, CDMN, hosted the Canada 3.0 Forum in Stratford to map Canada's digital future and create opportunities for new business and jobs. In May 2010, the second Canada 3.0 was held in Stratford again. Technology. Stratford has been internationally recognized as a digital technology center and a smart city. For the past 3 years, Stratford has placed in the top 7 intelligent communities for 2011. In 2013, Stratford was beat out by Taichung City, Taiwan, which has a population of over 2.3 million people. Each of the top 7 communities recognized by the Intelligent Community Forum exemplifies best practices in broadband deployment and use, workforce development, innovation, digital inclusion and advocacy that offer lessons to regions, cities, towns and villages around the world. Stratford was being considered a smart city for the introduction of city-wide Wi-Fi in 2010. The opening of the University of Waterloo Stratford campus, which specializes in digital media and information technology, and is the home of the Technology Forum Canada 3.0 and various technology companies. Notable past and present residents. Notable residents that have lived in Stratford include singers Lorena McKennitt, Justin Bieber and Richard Manuel, classical singer James Westman, actors Sean Roberts and Jodie Nicole, and author R.J. Anderson. Canadian news anchors Lloyd Robertson and Tony Parsons both got their start in broadcasting at local radio station CJCS. Robertson in 1952 and Parsons in 1957. CBC News anchor Peter Mansbridge and his wife Cynthia Dale currently live in Stratford, as does actor Colin Fiorie. Stratford is often credited as the home of hockey star Howie Morenz, who was actually from nearby Mitchell. The northern block of Nile Street, between Lakeside Drive and Water Street, on which the Ulman Arena is situated, was renamed to Morenz Drive in his honor. William D. Connor, Lieutenant Governor of Wisconsin from 1907 to 1909. Grandfather of former Congressman and Secretary of Defense Melvin R. Laird, and great-grandfather of Jessica Laird Doyle, wife of Governor James Doyle of Wisconsin. Was born near Stratford on a farm. Thomas Edison briefly worked as a telegraph operator for the Grand Trunk Railway at Stratford's railway station. John Davis Barnett was an assistant mechanical superintendent of the Grand Trunk Railroad and mechanical superintendent of the Midland Railway and librarian. Later in life becoming a collector, donating to the University of Western Ontario. The assistant architect of the United States Capitol. Michael G. Turnbull was born in Stratford and lived there until the age of 11, when his family emigrated to the United States. Dr. Norma Bethune made Stratford his temporary home in the early part of 1917. He worked as a physician at a home office on Albert Street that was occupied by Dr. Lorne Robertson in the 1930s. Now demolished. The 2 cast-iron dogs from this residence now stand outside the entrance to Queen's Park at the north end of Parkview Drive. His sister Janet and her husband Thomas Stiles were host to Norman and his new wife Frances in 1924, when they were stayed at Janet's home, at 335 Cobourg Street, for several months. Dr. Robert B. Salter was born in Stratford, the first woman to be elected member of the House of Commons of Canada. Agnes MacPhail attended Teachers College in Stratford in 1909-10. Duncan McKinnon was a druggist in Stratford, 1873–76, and a penmaker, the inventor of the stylographic fountain pen in 1875. Sister Cities. Stratford is a member of the Stratford Sister Cities program, which was created to promote friendship and cultural exchange between participating countries. Participation is restricted to places called Stratford that have a Shakespeare theatre or festival. A reunion is held every second year by a different member. The 5 principal sister cities of Stratford, Ontario are: Stratford-upon-Avon, England, United Kingdom; Stratford, London, England, United Kingdom; Stratford, New Zealand; Stratford, Connecticut, United States; Stratford, Prince Edward Island, Canada; Stratford, Ontario. Travel guide from Wikivoyage. The City of Stratford. Stratford Tourism Alliance.